So hey all, I hope you guys are doing well. In today's video, we will discuss how can we create a custom hook for fetching APIs, like hitting APIs. So, like in our projects, we have multiple scenarios, multiple times we need to hit a URL for the back to fetch data from backend or to set data to the backend data. Okay. So what we did like multiple times when we need that API, we just hit that query using fetch method or Axios, any one library which JavaScript provide for hitting the API. But because of that, we need to write multiple times of that the same code like the to hit the API. Uh, or how like currently the data you are showing on the screen is basically came from API. Let me show you. If you go to the uh, okay and go to the network, and if you stick it to the bottom, yeah, improve, and let me refresh the screen. Now you if you saw here like currently we are using the JSON placeholder API, and it if, once our page get load, it will hit the API, and data will come in the form of array of object, and we display the data in for the list. Okay, so how can we create the custom hook for the fetching API? We can for the code implementation, let's go to the VS Code. Okay, so here first I explain how the project structure is basically. So let me close this also. Okay, so this is my normal React project, and which in which there is a src file. Inside src file app.js, which is the parent basically from where we can call the multiple component. And inside the components folder, I create multiple folders for different hooks. The but the for the current today's discussion, we I created a file folder. Use name as useFetch. Inside that there is two folder basically, two files basically. Sorry, there's two files. One is useFetch. Inside that, if we write the exact logic for fetching data, and for this is basically a custom hook for fetch data. And second one is the exact component where we use that hook. Okay, so I hope you guys are get the exact project structure. Now go to the code. So from the app.js, I just call directly to the use fetch component in which we exactly call the API. So let's go to the use fetch component, and here as we look like, let me make some space. Okay, yeah. Okay, so here we use fetch hook basically what it expect from you. So only one URL, which URL you want to hit. Okay, so let's go to the use fetch, and inside the use fetch basically we create a function which return what the hit, what we API hit, and in the response maybe the data exactly come if API successfully hit, or maybe the loading time will be take time to fetch data from backends, but it will be instead of loading. And last one is error, maybe API got failed and we got an error. So in the response we return these three things, and from the this component where we call that use fetch, in we get three things like data, loading, and error. We use directly if like in the it is in loading state, then it will be loading will be true, and we display on the screen it's loading. Let me show you. Let me close drag this bottom, and okay, let me refresh this screen. As you saw, for a few seconds loading will come. Okay, so until the API didn't get data from backend, the loading will be come on the screen. Okay, so at the and second one is last one is error, where error will come like let me misspell the URL. And now if we go here, and like we got a error from backend like fetch to fail to fetch. Okay, so let me correct the spelling, and now go to the use fetch. Here let's go how we exactly create this custom hook. So for this we just create three states, basically using the use state and on the use effect. Okay, use effect of we use use effect, and for this we just update these states. So what at the initial state all the things will be null, and from the uh, parent we just accept two things. First one is URL and second one is option. Option means user maybe it maybe hit the API for fetching data. At that time option will be get. If user want to set data to the database, then option will be post, and same thing if user want to update some data in the database, then it will be put, and same thing for the delete also. Okay, so this option currently we didn't pass. If we don't pass anything in the option, it will be work as like get. So it fetch data from the API. Now what we did in the use effect, we create a function. We create a function, and this function will be called inside itself by fetch data inside the use effect. Okay, fetch data will call, and what it did at the initial state, it will be set loading as true. So here, as we saw, loading is true at the initial state. Okay, by default it's initial, but if it's not initial, if it's not a true, then it will assign as a true. Like currently it's in loading will be shown on the screen. Now this line will hit the API like fetch URL, and now if we didn't get any response, then at that time we just throw this message, and if we get successful data, then we just throw the data what we get in the response. Okay, the response.js, and the result will be set to the this data set data. Okay, now and after that in the return of this method it will just return these three things. So if we fetch data successfully, so data will be updated to the result what we get in the response. And loading, what loading status currently basically if we get data, then this loading will be false, and if it's false, that means we get data and we don't need to show the loading state on screen. Okay, so this is how we can you can use the same hook for multiple pages to hit the API for multiple options. Like if you want to post, if you want to delete, if you want to put, you can do anything, and this will be increase your lot of repeating code in your project. So I hope you get what I want to say exactly. And if you want a code for this, so code will be in description. So thank you.